Hey everyone, this is a clip from a recent episode of the Men of Steel podcast where we talk about Superman and Superman adjacent topics. If you enjoy this clip, check out the podcast. You can find it at certainpov.com or wherever you get your shows. Night Girl. Okay, so she was initially a member of the Legion of Substitute Heroes, and if I remember correctly, her deal is she's super strong in the dark.
Yeah. I was like, it's such a cool power, but like a not cool power at the same time.
I guess it depends on if you're in space, is it always dark or are the stars light? Like, what's the question? Like, which way does that go?
You're fighting these guys, like you're like Batman. Like she's like fighting like under a cowl and everything. And then somebody comes up with a flashlight and you're like, oh no, my powers.
Yeah. The thing with Night Girl is that she gets, first of all, she gets confused with, but more importantly, she's overlooked because of Shadow Lass / Umbra, who has actual shadow powers. And is also oftentimes Mon-El's girlfriend and is just like a feistier type character. Like, is just generally speaking more interesting versus like, oh, it's dark and then I'm strong. So like that character tends to be like the one people focus on. And they're similar enough that it's like, oh, wait, which character? Oh, I'm going to look at the scantily clad blue skinned girl who has shadows like emanating from her, as opposed to the one who's like looks a little bit more mundane and is like the substitute version of that. I'm not putting down Night Girl. I'm just saying that like Shadow Lass is more famous of the two.
It's like, that's such a, on one hand, you're like, cool, I can be a hero or whatever, but like my weaknesses are candles, flashlights.
Well, I mean, that's actually not that weird of a trope. The Nighthawk character from Marvel, the first one specifically, because he's the one who then went on to be the leader of the Defenders for a while. That one specifically, darkness gave him super strength. And Professor Midnight from Supreme, from the Alan Moore run, also had the same deal, where he was like 3 times stronger in the dark. And then, not to mention Darkman, the Sam Raimi movie, played by Liam Neeson, who his deal is that he's stupid strong because all of his skin was burned off, and so he has adrenaline going like crazy because he's in constant pain, but also can't feel like actual external pain because, again, all of his skin is burned off. And the Darkman part is because he had perfected how to like make perfect fake skin, but it dissolves in light after like, I think it was an hour in the movies, and so he has to like stay in the darkness until it's time to like pretend to be someone else. Was the whole shtick in that movie. But yeah, like darkness as a superpower. It's the inverse of Superman.
Yeah. Well, her power is like, she's just strong in darkness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Remember, if you like the clip, after you're done liking and subscribing, check out certainpov.com where you can find more episodes of the show as well as a ton of other great shows.